Alright, we just had a talkie episode, so let's go find ourselves a new mission. And hopefully I'm not forgetting what I was doing last time, because it's been a few days. Got myself a little too busy. So the next thing on the list is Raymond Black's history. May or may not actually be... This either won't be a mission, or it might be... I could see it being a mission from Duncan. Nope, from Isabel. Raymond Black's history. Duncan says Duncan. Duncan asked me to do some digging on my own into Raymond's history. I guess he doesn't trust kindly Chang to give him the full story. I can't say I blame him, since she'd hide things from us if it was in her best interest to do so. So I've been poking around various corners of the Matrix, trying to dig up what I can. Most sinners leave a data trail the size of an aircraft carrier in their wake. Working backwards in time, Raymond starts out that way, but slowly tapers away into nothingness. Sure, I can find some basic records in Seattle, power, utilities, a couple of public discussion sites he signed up for, but the further back I get, the less I find. Of course, we now know this is because his identity changed, because Raymond Black is a persona he made up. And the craziest part is this. Prior to 2032, I can't find anything at all, and that shouldn't be possible. It's like Raymond Black didn't exist before then. I don't know. I'm gonna keep digging, but it'll take me a while. I'll let you know when I find up some news worth sharing. Alright, well that's just the case of an outdated email that I never got around to, because we already know way more about it than that. Aunty Chang and Josephine. From Gobbet to Handyman. Subject Aunty Chang and Josephine. Hey Seattle. I think I can add a little context to that thing between Aunty and Josephine saying, you know, the thing that makes Aunty hit the sauce and talk revenge. This is a combo of stuff I heard and stuff I put together myself, so your mileage may vary. For years, the Yellow Lotus acted as tax collectors within the Walled City. Since the Walled City was built by Josephine Sang and the Yellow Lotus was run by Aunty Chang, they must have had a working business relationship for a while at least. And from what Nightjar told me, he was her favorite. You got that right? Aunty was known as a real up-and-comer back then. She was on the fast track to the next Yellow Lotus 438. That's a big deal gig, Seattle. Money and power galore. Now you need to know that there are a lot of triads and core doing biz in the Walled City. All sorts of stuff. Sometimes they work together nicely, and sometimes people get bloody. The way I heard it, Aunty came up with some sort of grand plan to consolidate business in the Walled City. The power would be split between the Yellow Lotus and Sang's company, and everybody else would get cut out. If her plan worked, Aunty would rise in the Lotus like nobody's business, and Josephine Sang would make the long bank. There was a catch, though. In order for the plan to work, both women would need to jump through a lot of hoops. There'd be street-level maneuvering and power plays on Auntie's side, and blackmail and negotiations on the corporate level from Josephine Sang. My info got sketchy here. From what I've pieced together, Sang went behind Auntie's back and took her plan to her boss, a 438 named Wong Lun Fat. They cut kindly out of her own plan. Why'd Sang do that? My guess is she saw Auntie as some kind of threat. People in the know say Wu Lun Fat is weak and greedy. She can be manipulated if her palm remains well greased. Long story short, power was consolidated in the Walled City just like Auntie planned, only she didn't wind up getting any of it. Her climb up to the Lotus Ladder came to an abrupt halt. She's still a straw sandal, just like she was before Sang backstabbed her, and now she's stuck in Haoi like a fly in amber. I'd be pissed too if it were me. Gobbet. Lots of background there. Well, there goes half the things that I thought might be quests. Oh, out of town. This is going to be this is probably also not a quest. Data retrieval might be the only quest left in the game out of the side quests. I think out of town might be a little thing about kindly Chang leaving town, because she said she was back. So that email would have been explaining that she was let gone. I was working my way through these one at a time for the longest time, because I thought so many of them were quests for the longest time that I was just kind of working them one at a time because I didn't want to overread and then forget what the quests were about. Alright, I'm not in Haoi right now, so don't bother coming to see me. We'll talk when I return. Please continue with our business ventures in the meantime. Alright then. I thought that we had 4 episodes worth of quests here, now we're just down to data retrieval. People keep telling me to go talk to various people around town. I understand that there are more not questions necessarily, but more dialogue trees and like characters to read, but frankly, I feel like that's just going to kill the pacing of this series to such an extent that I don't know if I can take it, honestly. Just talking to my crew members and Spider Shen, which is my class character, and Kindly Chang whenever she comes up, already leads to a situation where I spend more time talking to these characters than I do on actual missions, which is a little rough as far as pacing goes. Overall, I think that's been one of my biggest criticisms with this game, is the game itself feels too short. Whereas, like, if you look at the hub world here, not the hub world, this town here, the hometown, the main town of every RPG, the Skyhold, if you will, the Normandy, stuff like that. And also if you look at that, and if you look at the leveling system, like, this game's leveling system looks like something more complicated than anything that's in Witcher 3. Like, it looks like it's made for leveling up a character over the course of, like, an 80-hour campaign. And this hub world is so completely densely written that you'd expect it to be part of a bigger game. But the story is basically, I think it's like 3 or 4 main quests is the entire storyline, and the rest of it's side quests that you basically burn through, and you play like a random distribution of the side quests, and then the story can just continue at some point. Like, it feels like there should be more of a main campaign, and it may be a victim of their annual schedule, it may be a victim of their limited budget, but it definitely feels like the game itself is not long enough to sustain the leveling system or the little town here. Because yeah, at some point, if I talk to everyone at the bar, and every single NPC that's a vendor that just isn't useful for my class, all their little backstories and all their little, like, ooh, I have a new background thing for you to talk to me about because you did a mission and now my dialogue refreshed. I will probably be spending 75% of this playthrough in town in Haoi just talking to people. And that's, like, even for me, as someone who likes to talk to everyone, that's like a little too much of a one-sided distribution. That's a weird balance that I don't know if I like it. Anyway, data retrieval. From Kindly Chang to Handyman, subject data retrieval. I hope you're enjoying your newfound success in the shadows. I've got another job for you, one that should prove very lucrative indeed. I've been contacted by an employee of the Eastern Tiger Corporation, and he needs you to steal some research data and biological samples from his employer. The man's name is Tegoth Wright. Until recently, he was a researcher on a genetic engineering project. He was cagey on the details, but I gather that it centered around phenotypic alteration and postnatal genetic enhancement. Unfortunately for Wright, he's got a conscience, stupid man. Luckily for us, he's willing to pay to save his conscience, to have his conscience assuaged. Wright's project was apparently quite horrible. Experiments on living children, total disregard for biomedical ethics or safety, and when Wright raised concerns, he was taken off the project. He's decided to step outside the bounds of law and expose their wrongdoing to the world. The snag, you see, is that his wife and child live in Seoul. Not quite the heart of the Eastern Tiger's power, but close enough. He's afraid that if he releases the information himself, they'll be taken prisoner and used as leverage. The idiot should have thought of that before. But that's not our problem. The samples and data are currently on an Eastern Tiger cargo ship, the MV Nalkai, sailing near Hong Kong on their way to Seoul. The storm slowed the ship down, so you don't have to go there right away, but don't take too long. Once you have the data and samples, you're to call Wright. I've attached his number. He'll give you instructions on how he wants the information leaked. When you're ready, let me know. I'll arrange transit with Captain Jomo. He's a local Loho Jowa pirate and smuggler, but don't let that put you off. He's as good as they get, and he'll have you on that ship without incident. Take the run. I've let Captain Jomo know you're ready. You can find him down at the end of the pier. My parlor is on. He'll handle everything from then on out. Alright, that's our last thing in our entire inbox, as weird as that is to say. I don't have any more paid data to sell, no. Still waiting for payment for my other stuff. How are we doing on money? 4,000, oh yeah. Let's go take a look at Spider Shen real quick to see if I have something new to buy from him. But yeah, to the two types of people that are watching this show, if you've already played this game and already know what all the dialogue is, then I get that on some level you probably want to see me react to it or something, but at least you've already experienced it. And if you haven't experienced all the numerous dialogues you could pursue around here, and you're just watching me play this game without playing it yourself, well, that'd be a cool incentive for you to pick this game up yourself, as you could play it differently from my dumb bruiser, and you could talk to different people. And maybe you have the patience to talk to absolutely everyone forever. It might be a different case if it was voice acted, because at least then I could autopilot it and let it run, but in all honesty, just sitting here and reading for an hour straight, it actually wears on me. Like, it actually makes it more difficult to do things, and I just have limited time. And with all the games coming out, I can't spend 5 episodes catching up on all the dialogue I've missed up at this point. Also, they might, for all I know, they'll be like, come back tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I can't come back tomorrow anymore because I'm out of side quests to do. Whoops. Shen is reclining against the stacks of cages as you approach, with a weird double space in the middle of a sentence. Watching the display of a small Trid player on the table, the Trid displays the shimmering form of a dancing woman weaving her way through a crowded club. It seems to have been filmed via a portable recorder or possibly someone's cyber eyes. Draped in wild clothing that scintillates the lights and holograms, the dancer slips through the crowd like living mercury. Every step of it and evasion is effortless. You watch the dancer weave her way up a flight of stairs, moving towards a second-floor balcony. As she ascends the stairs, her hands start to crackle with energy, and points of light trace across her neck, shoulders, and spine. In the glitter and flash of the club lighting, no one seems to notice. For a split second, she looks back at the camera's point of view, smiling seductively. Shen gestures towards the holographic display, smiling broadly. Keep watching. It's about to get good in a few seconds. The dancer arrives on the top floor, moving towards a particular table. The table's occupants, triad members, judging by their tattoos, rise from where they are sitting and begin to draw weapons. Their expressions indicate they're familiar with the dancer and intend to kill her. At this point, the dancer explodes into motion. She bobs and weaves out of the way of their gunfire, her fingertips flinging electricity and fire in long arcs. She seems to dance, and at and around these triad soldiers, each step and beat causes an explosion of force that scatters tables and drinks. Wreathed in the elements, the woman cuts through the triad members in an effortless pavan of destruction. The recording ends and Shen straightens up. I could watch Lucky Pink at work all day. I don't know how she works her magic, but it's a beautiful and terrifying thing to behold. Really, glad she's with the Red Yellow Lotus and not an enemy syndicate. That was a hell of a dance. That it is. She's been a dancer since she was a kid, but I guess her magic just spontaneously manifested when she was a teenager. She's figured out how to channel it into some kind of whatever it is you saw. I have no idea how she does it. Shen shrugs helplessly. Anyway, what can I help you with? Oh, tell me more about your crew. With folded arms, Shen regards you with some suspicion. We're fairly private people. Generally, when I get asked a question like that, I figure it's because someone's looking for something to use against me. Shen's expression softens after a moment, however. Well, you've been a decent person so far. I guess I can tell you some. White Ming and I started our cell. Grandfather Woe took him to Wudang a year or two before he did the same for me. He made it clear that he was expecting repayment in kind. When we were old enough, and since Yellow Lotus was his organization, we joined up. At first, it was mostly small-time stuff. Shell games on street corners, stuff like that. We picked up a new member after 6 months, and things started to change. Freedom Say. Dwarf Kid. Absolute murder with twin pistols. The kind of focus I can bring to bear in Kung Fu, that's how he shoots. Shen grins crookedly. His parents named him Freedom and sent him to the UCAS to live with an uncle. Guess they wanted him to be really American or something. Beyond that, there's Yang, the lawyer you saw me talking to before. The 4 of us do a pretty cozy business. Between jobs for Steel Arm Liu and Kindly Chang. It's not like we're in charge of much, but it beats starving, yeah? Do you like working for the Yellow Lotus? Like has nothing to do with it. I have debts to Grandfather Woe, and I intend to pay them. I guess they're good enough syndicate. We waste a lot of blood and money fighting the Red Dragon, though. Can't say that I like the end of the business, since it seems like such a huge waste. If it weren't for Grandfather, I might see about getting White Ming, Steel Arm Liu, and Lucky Ping to break away. Maybe start our own thing in turf. It's not quite fought over. Lifting one hand, palm up, Shen smiles faintly. But I can't leave him. I owe him everything. It's good to have that kind of loyalty. Shen nods in agreement. Without that kind of loyalty, what kind of people are we? We're no different than the robber barons and corrupt politicians that made a mess of this world. You stand by your family and you fight to protect them. That's what matters. I've heard a lot of talk between the Yellow Lotus vanguards and the Incense Masters. They're dead set on eliminating the Red Dragons despite the risk. When that kind of talk gets tossed around, nobody's safe. It leads to all-out warfare. Last time that happened, the White Jade Brotherhood got wiped out completely. It's just bad strategy to try and wipe them out. It's all this old rivalry between elders. It has nothing to do with the business ends of things. Old vendettas get you killed, even if they're not yours. What do you got? Running out of chances to buy stuff from him. Alright, so I have 4,000 Nuyen. And I still don't use melee weapons, so that lets me skip most of these things. We already have the best armor in the game. So I can get... Ooh. I need keycasting 7 if I want to mix Killing Hands and Stride, which I do, because that's great. Bonus movement and bonus attack. Yeah, I still can't cast a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, and I already own that one. Do I have anything new to buy? Martial Defense. Gains a light cover bonus against incoming attacks for 4 rounds. I feel like I shouldn't bother with that. Oh, 0 AP. Huh. The 0 AP is tempting at that point, but it's a little problematic that my character already has a weakness where trolls are actually they get less bonus from light cover bonus anyway. I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to use all the time. Close combat 8. God damn. That's a bummer that you need that much. 'Cause I don't know if I can reach close combat 8, but either way, I don't think I really have anything to buy here. So it's just a nice little talk with Shen, apparently. Let's see here. Let's review my close combat stat real quick. And my casting, since they apparently have to both get pretty high. My key casting's only at 5. Close combat's at 6. Yep. Never getting those in time. I thought there was hope when I thought that I had like 4 side quests left, but now that I realize that there was only 1 side quest left, I don't think I'm gonna get enough karma for that. Wow. Yeah, it is a little off-putting that these are such huge, level up screens, and you really don't get to use most of that. 'Cause unfortunately, you run right out. Let's see. I feel like I should just get rid of some of these items if I can. So stash, can I look at the stash? Oh right, it's in the stash, so I can't even look at it from here, huh? I should try to sell my old stuff as my 6 essence. I guess I don't have to worry about that so much because I haven't even done the next quest yet. So I can look into selling stuff after the next quest if I feel like that's necessary. So the top one should be pointing me to the next quest. The bottom one's probably pointing me back to Aunty Chang to finish the game. Not quite. Yeah, there's the bar a few people are telling me to go to, but I can't talk to every NPC. They will literally talk forever. I would be glad to if this game was like twice as long as it is, but unfortunately I'm running out of game. So I'd have to just put the game on hold and be like, alright, here's 5 episodes of talking at the end of the series. Yeah, it's the last 25% of the series. That's rough. Oh, Dreamland. Stay here. Never mind. So the boat I'm supposed to go on with the pirate is actually the bottom icon. My bad. Go! I love that he runs faster when you click far away. There we go. Captain Jomo. We gonna be friends? Captain Jomo is busily playing some kind of gambling game on his comlink. It beeps and flashes as he taps away. Come on, Jomo, win, not lose. Maybe buy yourself a new hat. Or that new hat. He doesn't appear to have noticed you at all. The game makes a sad, defeated noise. Jomo curses under his breath, nose wrinkling in disgust. Finally, he seems to notice you. Stupid game. Always, it cheats me. Never a good hand. Now, Aunty Chang sends you, yeah? La? You need Captain Jomo to take you to play pirate? That's right. Alright, I'm sure we got this. So, is there going to be hacking on a ship? I feel like I'll just bring the Decker just in case. Frankly, she's apparently gotten to be a really dangerous shot, so at this point, it's hard to justify not bringing her. I want to bring Shaman along, because I'm gonna want to talk to Isabel anyway, because I want to talk to her about her third and probably final old run that she went on. Are these always the same people? I think they are. They might cycle a little bit. And I want to bring the Rigger. Is that... Not only do I want to see if I can unlock any more dialogue with him, but god damn, his little helpful character is super helpful. Alright, let's get going. Continue. Whistleblower. The ride out to Nanhui is nerve-wracking. Captain Jomo seems an expert pilot, but massive waves threaten to scuttle his small boat at every turn. Deep thunder rolls in the distance, and at the edge of your vision, lightning occasionally illuminates your target, the MV Nanhui. As Jomo pulls your small craft directly up to the bow of the Nanhui, that's where you're least likely to be spotted, he throws a rope ladder up over the side, hustling you aboard before pulling away. Time to get to work. Can't exactly run away if we get stuck here. Let's see. You can't sell stuff here. Can you sell stuff here? Can I be like, Garrett, go? No. No, it's just the inspection screen. You can't throw it away from here. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at where I'm allowed to actually sell things. Anyway, we are plenty set up with my very high quality armor. I think I have all the skills I want to have. I might try to use this summon during the final mission if I ever use it. Seems nice and climactic. Something to give to Gobbet during a key moment, maybe, if I can. I'm afraid to give my companions any items, because I've heard there's a glitch in this game where if you give items to your companions and then finish a mission, it can just vanish forever. Someone talked about losing a key summon item that they were saving all game, and now that I've gotten that item, I'm pretty sure it's that specific one that I have. Climbing onto the forward deck of the Nanhui, you pause to catch your breath. The cargo ship rolls and pitches in the waves that batter her sides, and rain assails the deck. Deep thunder rolls overhead. After a tense moment waiting for the inevitable alarm klaxons, you hear nothing but the storm. Isabel looks over the edge of the ship toward the rapidly direction. What? Captain Jomo piloted his boat. What? I guess it's just another typo? Again? Oh well. That pirate really knows how to move that boat. I'm impressed. Gobbet nods, picking her teeth with a nail. I'm buying that guy a bottle of Old Man Cho's back deck hooch if we make it out of here in one piece. Fancy driving, boating, whatever you call it. We're exposed out here. When we move, let's do it fast. Isabel sights down her rifle into the darkness of the ship's deck. After a moment, she lowers the weapon and smirks. Looks good. Visibility is near zero, and the storm means no one's going to hear us coming. If we can stay out of sight, we should be able to get below decks without incident. If we do get spotted, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to radio for help. I'm pretty sure they won't be able to radio for help. They'll have to use a wired alarm. As long as we keep them away from those alarms, we're golden. We hit them hard and fast if we're spotted. Don't give them a second chance to react. Isabel gestured towards a nearby computer readout. It appears to be unlocked, affording easy access. You know, I could probably hack into the ship's systems with that control box. Maybe we'd get a better idea of what's going on the ship. Good thinking. Alright, Isabel. Yep, it's right there in front of us. Might as well take a look, right? So it sounds like we're gonna have stealth going on here, just like what happens when we're in the Matrix with Isabel. Don't know how I feel about that. We'll see how it goes. This is a simple interface for Nanhui's above-deck systems. Drainage, running lights, water pressure, and cameras. Most of the systems seem to be basic enough that you won't be able to do much with them. The camera feeds don't appear to be being broadcast to the bridge. They're going straight to recording. With a little work, you could change that and get a better view of the deck. Isabel? After a few moments of fiddling with the cables, Isabel closes the panel up. There we go. I've rebooted the cameras and patched them into the comlinks, and locked ship security out. Couldn't get into the cameras inside the ship though. They must be on a different circuit. The fact that we have separate circuits around here leads me to think that there's probably no matrix jack-in points here because we're on a boat. which means we probably won't have to play an Isabel section. But she, as shown here, she clearly has some kind of usefulness here. There's always something to hack on some level. In any case, she's proven to be a pretty valuable part of the crew. There's a security camera over here that I can apparently hack into, and there's a guy over there. There's a person over there. Are they going to run all the way down here? We're going to want to try not to get caught. There's no one here right now. Quickly. Oh, that's the camera I already hacked. I was like, what can I interact with it? Then I realized it was already green, which is what that means. What? Oh, guys. We got spotted because these guys were getting spotted. That's rough. How do you stealth with an entire party? Oh well. Might just have to fight my way through this whole mission. Not super concerned about that. Is Handyman the only person that got a bonus AP point? I guess I forgot that if it was already established. Let's see. Q. Killing hands. Probably not going to get to buy the mixed skill that I want. Let's try to stun this guy. Knocking dudes out so they can't do shit. Does anyone else know we're here? Like, is that guy currently in combat too, or is it just this guy alone? I don't know. He's oh, let's do a quick strike because otherwise I'll end my turn. And then Mana Fist to get rid of his armor. Now that he has no armor, everyone else gets extra damage against him. Which means we get to ruin some dudes. You're all the way back here, Gobbet. Oh, we're gonna be in trouble, aren't we? Can you even see that guy? You can't. Well, I can haste our other friend. That enables him to do all sorts of things all over Koshi. So, AP bonus. And accuracy bonus. Followed by manual control. We're gonna go make a mess. No, go into gun mode, silly. I've never used the other one. Alright, so we're gonna go for the headshot to finish him. There we go. Look at how much AP I have. I already used an attack and I'm still set. So, since combat hasn't stopped, I assume that means that we do have to fight these guys. Let's get out towards this guy. Go for the leg shot. That does an AP damage, right? Yep, AP damage. Don't want him fighting back too much. Uh-oh. You made a mistake. 78% chance. Come on, you can do better than that. Ooh. Shit. There's some damage. Is that guy still patrolling? I assume that everyone that's not in this room right now is still patrolling, meaning that they haven't seen me yet? A little hard to believe just because we're shooting guns, but okay. I'll accept the fact that no one's noticed me yet. Hit him in the face! You gotta do better than that, come on. Alright. Isabel get into range and blow him to hell. Deadeye shot. God damn. Party's getting strong. Alright, we're back in stealth mode. At the very least, we're good for that. God, the next room just looks more complicated. How do I get through here without getting caught by anybody? I have a whole party that's following me. That seems a little far-fetched. Can I sneak over there? Nope, that's a dead end. Oh. Literally the moment I walked into the room. What? Was that guy just was that guy just looking at the doorway the whole time? Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna commit to killing everybody. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe the point isn't to actually do stealth, but just... because that seems unfeasible. There's a whole train of idiots chasing me. I have 4 people following me around, so stealth kind of seems unfeasible. But maybe I'm just supposed to avoid letting them set off alarms so that I don't have to worry about reinforcements. Maybe reinforcements is the stealth part, like just avoiding them getting more guys in here. Cool, successful AP takeout. Let's go deal with this guy next. Oh, crap. Oh no, I clicked correctly. For a brief second there I thought that I missed anyway, but so it's not too, so it still kind of sucks, but for a moment there I thought that I failed to even click on the right spot. Where's Isabel? Oh, there she is. Let's see. I could do the acidic fog. Or no, this is the one. Plague barrier fetish. No, that's overkill. Let's see. Let's throw the fog right on top of that guy. That'll be fun. Or unless can I hit the other guy? Not quite. I just want to use the fog on somebody. Yay. Enjoy the damage that you're sleeping in. Silly man. I'm gonna go hide over here now. Alright, so Isabel. You can get that far in one turn. Go for Deadeye shot. There's some... could have been better, but at least it hit. Unlike someone else here. Oh wow, he's almost dead, just like that. Alright, Ractor, we're going to want you to buff the crap out of Koshé again. And then take control. So that Koshé can wander up here and make a big ol' mess. Can the fog hurt me? I guess it is acid fog and not poison fog. Can I get this guy? He's down. Alright. This guy's gonna get wrecked. Point blank shot, motherfucker. Alright. I have another action still. Ow. Oh, he's immune. Cool. Oh, you got a drone, huh? Let's see if I can do something about that. I guess if I just focus on you, then you don't get to have another action anyway. Do some AP damage. Damn! It's a lot of damage to him in general. If I do enough to him, he doesn't really even get to use his drone. Hopefully. There's some orcs wandering around, but they don't seem to have noticed us yet. I don't think that drone even retaliated. Oh, he's... Whoopsie. He's using the... Alright, so he's currently notifying people that we're here. And it seems like they're failing to get through to him, though. Like he's not getting his message through. Don't need to heal the drone. More strength and speed? Why not? I'm all the way back here anyway. I'll move forward with him, but not till I... Oh! Did I just... Oh, did I buff him twice? I didn't realize that skill could be spammed. Okay, that was an accident, but I'll take it. Wiping dudes out! Left and right, blap blap! Alright. I still have another skill left. Let's go melee him real quick with a smack. Just because that'll be an action that simultaneously moves me forward. Do I still have an AP? I do still have an AP. That was my plan. Because now I can shoot this guy. Oh, or I can miss. Sweet. Alright, handyman. Is there a guy that's going to spot me when I run down here? Probably. Let's just commit to it. Let's see, that'll take 2 AP. I have more than that. Hey buddy, how you doing? Oh, don't have any quick strike left. It's got some armor, but that's not really the priority. Let's just do some damage to him then. Yeah. Oh, that's most of his hit points. Isabel, how far can you make it? You can make it all the way down here. Alright. And you'll also... This path won't take you through the cloud. Should be able to take this guy out. Alright, out of combat. Didn't notify anyone else we were here. I don't think he successfully got his cry for help out. Oh yeah, I thought we were closer than we were. There's a little doorway here to confine things further. Alright. So at this rate, I think I'm just gonna have to fight my way through all of them. I don't know if I can stealth. Can I stealth with this one? Ah! Might be able to. There's just that one guy walking around. So if I can follow him a little bit, I can kind of just go through the doorway. I'll try it. The line of sight made the other one's tougher, but this one seems to have a really well-lit room where I can see everything super clearly. And a big, open, predictable path. Are they going to spot me? Alright. That one worked just fine. I think that was probably the easiest one. Might have been able to get to the first one easier too, if I just had realized that my whole party was going to be visible. They had to be more careful about that. As you creep down onto D deck, the ship is eerily quiet. The sound of the withering storm is muted to low moans of wind and shuddering vibrations when lightning strikes. Collecting yourself, you listen carefully for any other sounds. Nothing. Your presence on the ship appears to be, as yet, unnoticed, well, by the living. Squeezing water out of her ropes of hair, Gobbet nods in satisfaction. Nicely done. We're almost to the goods, and the rest of the ship's got no idea we're here. Fighting down here will definitely get their attention, though, so let's play it smart. We get the goods, ready for pickup, and get out. Exactly. Let's wrap this job. Keep your eyes open, Seattle. We've gotten this far by being careful. No reason to change that now. I'd like to get home without any extra lead on my body. Alright, so which way are we even going? Oh, somewhere vaguely to the right. What's this door do? Is this how I get spotted? Ooh, what's over here? Isabel, let's take a look. There might be something hackable after all. This computer appears to be for monitoring and controlling ship systems, power routing, alarm systems, and bilge pumps. Like everything else on the Nanhui, it's an absolute piece of junk that doesn't even have a VR interface, just a touchscreen and a keyboard. Hey, you know what? I bet we could screw with the guards down here using this computer. Draw them away to a different deck or something. Investigate the power routing alarm system. Set the alarm somewhere else, right? The alarm system doesn't seem connected with the actual security alarms. It appears to be primarily a voltage and short-out protection system that engages if there's a power overload somewhere on the ship. A few tweaks and you could probably fake a voltage overload somewhere on the ship. Fake an alarm. After a few adjustments, you set off a system test alarm on C deck. It won't fool anyone for long, but you'll have to go to C deck to make sure it's not a real alarm. Anything else to do? Is that it? Oh wait, we had to just pick one? Okay. What's in here? Sweet loots, maybe? Electrical box. This panel's door is hanging open, the wires inside sparking occasionally. It looks like somebody was recently in the process of working on the cabling but was called away. This might provide useful access to ship systems. Searching through the cables and wires, it looks like someone was in the... It looks like somebody was in the process of upgrading internal camera system for the Nanhui. They've left the wires exposed. Anyone with basic electronics knowledge could patch their comlink into the feed. Ractor, you want to rewire the cameras? Ractor rapidly begins rewiring the electronics panel, swapping plugs and wires across several boards. After a moment, the panel emits a soft beep. There we are. You should be receiving camera feeds on your comlink now. Sweet. Can I look at that from here or anything? Not necessarily. Looks like I got an extra karma. I'm at 4 when I was at 3 when I started the mission. There's 2 guys in here. Let's avoid walking into that room. Is it a window? Is that a window? I can't tell. We got a whole brunch out here. Ah, they don't seem to see me here. Nothing. It's just a bunk room. Just trying to see what I can use without walking directly into their area. They said I'd have camera feeds. Oh, there's the camera feeds. Okay, so the camera feeds are why I can see everywhere. That was probably true on the surface too. That's probably why I could see that one room so clearly, despite the usual fog of war. Toolbox. Ooh, pickup. Advanced medkit. Oh, I haven't salvaged stuff from the inventory in a while. Fire suppression controls. This is a control panel for the system's water pumps and fire suppression system. The knobs and switches here can cut off or supply water to anywhere on the ship with an outlet. The readouts indicate the fire suppression system doesn't have any safety locks engaged on it. By adjusting the pressure, you could flood the hallways leading to this deck, slowing down any guards trying to reinforce the area. This would certainly set off a ship-wide alarm and draw every audible guard to your position, however. Walk away for now. That sounds super useful, just not something I want to jump straight into. So that door is wide open, right? Try opening the door, maybe? There is a door over there. Let's avoid going directly into the line of sight for now, though. I want to see what else I can mess around with here before I do the thing that's going to set off the alarms. Hello, security system. Good thing I dealt with those. Alright, I'm a little worried because the surrounding rooms from here are mostly blocked off where I can't see them. Is there going to be a guy behind this door? I don't think so. I already walked down the hallway a little bit, right? Ooh, what's in there? Oh, another medkit. If I take all their medkits, they can't heal themselves, right? Oh. Stash. So apparently my inventory is a bit full, and I'm still kind of afraid to give items to anyone else because of that glitch that I don't have any reason to think that they've fixed. Oh, there's a guy down that room. Let's not walk down there. Hopefully he doesn't turn around or something. There's a bunch of guys down there. It's good to know. That means I can plan accordingly if I'm trying to avoid them. So there's my objective over there. So I'm going to want to create the distraction if I'm on my way in there, probably. This is my escape. And I can't use this ladder. Alright, so... Probably gonna... I think let's just go loud, I guess. Let's make a mess and head for and then run for the objective. I think that's the thing to do here. Overload water pressure. The guards coming in through here? Yeah, they are. More guards in 10 turns. So what room's getting flooded? Oh wow, they run right into this room, don't they? Okay. What room is getting flooded? What did I just accomplish? I'm not entirely clear. Oh well. Gobbit, you want to give me some extra actions? So I can deck the shit out of some dudes? Because that sounds like fun to me. Killing hands. Just gonna walk up and stun this dude. Please, make contact. Yay! And then quick strike. Bam! And then punchy punch. And then punchy punch. Alright, well that did something. Burst fire. God damn, Gobby, you got... Isabel, you got scary at some point. Isabel, you want to move forward, I guess? There's someone down here, right? Isn't it the other guard? Yeah, there is. Deadeye shot. There's some damage. How you feeling about that one? Reactor. Want to go activate Koshé. So we have guys coming at us from downstairs, and definitely want to speed... Definitely want to use an action to speed him up. Overclock. Alright, Koshé. Can I do anything to attack this guy? Not really, necessarily. Oh, try the gun. Will he move to shoot him? Nope, not apparently. And I'm not in line of sight for anything else, so instead... We should just make his accuracy boost. Let's see. I'm gonna want to shoot this guy before I go anywhere else. Because he's right here. Target ahead. That's taken care of. Alright. Now we're gonna move down here. And get ready to mess up some dudes. So can I shoot them right now? I can. Target leg. There we go. That guy's not getting a turn. Gobbit, can you do anything? Fog takes too many turns. No one needs a heal. Could give an aim boost for a few turns. I can't shoot anyone from here. Let's just give an aim boost to Koshé. You're out of range. Aim boost to Handyman. He misses a lot. Hopefully that guy will get distracted by Koshé. Alright, he missed, and that was their only action as far as I know. So, Koshé, how about you return the favor in the face? How about now in his other face? Good job, Koshé. Proud of you. Target locked. Dick. Hey, Handyman, can you reach that guy? Why, yes you can. Let's go deck him in the face. See the pattern yet? In the face. I don't have a quick move. Ah, he should just die. Chance of missing was low. Alright, Isabel, let's move forward. I don't know of any other guards, so we're just gonna go for the objective now. We just have a turn-by-turn countdown of sorts because we have to worry about how many more actions people have. Can you spam aim every turn? You can. It has a cooldown of 1 turn. Alright, just use aim every turn then. Since I don't exactly want her to run ahead. Reactor. New turn started. Alright, Handyman. We're not even getting combat music now. Let's try to open the door. I'm sure it'll be fine. Ah, nothing's in here. Cool. Test edit computer. Eastern Tiger File OS 2.2.1 Development Diary Project Overview Phenotypic Alteration Longevity Research File 1 Initial research into metagenetics presents a singular challenge, to wit, the study, not the genes themselves, but the interaction between genetics and the unseen world of astral space. If the creation of a particular metatype or magically expressed phenotype was as simple as the recombination of given amino acid sequences, then the creation of mages would be as simple as the expression of a given eye color or skin tone. Unfortunately, such expressions are far more complex. The expression of traits previously considered to be supernatural is a complex interplay between mundane DNA, the condition of the ambient manosphere, and the time of development, and the interactions between genes and what we have dubbed astral shadows. Any research into these is fraught with difficulty due to their resistance to traditional, that is to say, technological instruments. Ergo, Omega Sequence number 358G is a project decoupled from the unusual safeguards against project overruns. We have been granted extensive magical assistance in our pursuit of higher metagenetic understanding, as well as autonomy from legal concerns. As such, Omega Sequence project materials must be kept in Eastern Tiger secure facilities only. Deviation from this may result in local law enforcement interest, and subsequent cleanup costs can be prohibitive. File 2, Phenotypic Alteration. Phenotypic alteration is the key process which allows for the Omega Sequence project to progress. Ordinarily, an organism's phenotype is set and cannot be changed after a very early point in development. Morphology, phenology, replication processes, any alteration in the coding sequence of a living organism is invariably fatal. Except in the case of the Omega Sequence. A combination of alkylating agents, albeit mana control, and potent alpha emitters allows us to control the replication of the Omega Sequence metagene. This is accomplished through the alteration of interactions between DNA and their astral shadows, the building blocks of metagenetics and mana-based abilities. To understand this concept, consider an Indonesian shadow play. The story one watches is not of the puppets but the shadows they cast. A skillful puppeteer manipulates not just the puppets but the space between the screen and the viewer. So too is it with metagenetics. Magical aptitude, metagenetic trait, and formerly unknown parazoology are revealed when mana levels reach a sufficient point to allow the astral shadows of DNA to engage their delicate, powerful dance of replication. To change the metagenetics of an organism, we do not manipulate only the subject's DNA, but the space between the DNA and the astral plane. We cast the requisite shadows, engendering change that cannot be explained solely by base pairs, alleles, and nucleotides. Control is our challenge. Control is a delicate art. It requires patience and perseverance, as well as scientific acumen. But with a fine enough degree of control, we will be able to replicate magical abilities, traits, trait expression, and black swan effects. What are these black swan traits? Individuals born during events which cause ambient mana to spike have been known to express extreme magical potential and meta traits not possessed by the majority of their metatype. Research into Homo sapiens nobilis subjects born during the Awakening, for example, indicate that ordinary of longevity simply does not apply. That there is no upper bound to their telemetric regeneration. Effectively, they appear to be immortal. Longevity research. The goal of the Omega Sequence project is to harness and unlock these black swan meta traits, beginning with the question of the longevity factor in Homo sapiens nobilis. Treatments for extending human lifespan already exist, of course. Organ transplantation can extend life by up to 50 years, and leonization treatment can theoretically extend life for several hundred. Yet the drawbacks to these are apparent to any who scratch the surface. Leonization is prohibitively expensive and erodes the patient's essence with every treatment, leading to eventual systematic collapse. Organ transplants can preserve the body, but plaques build up in the patient's neural tissue, and the patient must take a cornucopia of immunosuppressants for the duration of their life. True longevity lives in preventing aging from occurring at all. Omega Sequence number 358G represents our most advanced metagenetic prototype yet. Preliminary results indicate that the test's clone's age will lock at 19 years and progress no further. In order to test this, we have induced artificial aging of the clone through our fast-grow organ replacement process. Unfortunately, this has led to an explosive cancer and mutation rate, rendering it non-viable for any other types of metagenetic research. Even so, the value of this test subject cannot be overstated. Well, that's a little messed up. They They're trying to figure out immortality, and in doing so, they create a clone that they gave cancer. That's a little dark. Let's download the data. It's my objective. Download the data, wiping all traces off the computer. So that's our objective, right? So now we need to get the tissue samples and defeat the guards. Tissue samples are they in that? Do we have to somehow? How does one get tissue samples? From the body? Or do we have to defeat the guards first? Oh, the tissue samples are probably in this chamber down here that I haven't gotten a chance to explore yet. So, it's a Gobbet. You can't cast haste yet. So, Isabel, let's go for a jog. No one's left in here, right? Am I gonna really struggle finding these tissue samples? They're not gonna be in the break room, are they? That'd be a little morbid. They were having dinner there. Where do I get the tissue samples? It doesn't tell me how to get the tissue. Process and results data from the... Yeah, that's just the data we got. It doesn't say how to get the tissue samples, it just says to get them. Well, I might as well move the party at least. Since we don't know... Since the guards are going to be coming here sooner than later. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, because I don't see tissue samples. Oh, summon the spirit. Gobbet, what did you just see? Are there any samples around here? I thought I explored every room already. I didn't see tissue samples, did I? That's an arcade room. These are all engineering rooms. That's a bunk room. And that door didn't open, did it? It's a bathroom. The only place that can conceivably have tissue samples, as far as I can tell, is this thing right here. Do I have to punch it? There's a clone. I don't understand what to do here. Maybe I have to look it up. Alright, I reloaded my save, and I still can't seem to get a tissue sample anywhere, so... I think at this point I just have to... find what's keeping me in combat. There must be another guard somewhere I can't see because it's dark, which is unfortunate. Can't think of anything else to do about it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get overwhelmed by guards and maybe have to fight my way out of them. I can't overclock Koshie right now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I clicked on... Every now and then I click on Koshie because I'm trying to take control of him. Is that a drone port over there? So it doesn't appear to be a bad guy over here. Alright. Isabel and Gobbet. Maybe you two go off as a pair. I think we have to form teams, basically. And just proceed accordingly, because I need to find this missing person. Someone's keeping me in combat that's around here. I think Handyman basically has to stay here for the tissue sample. I assume it's going to be right here. So I want him to be able to grab it as soon as possible. Probably could have left someone else behind, but oh well, he was already in the room. Let's see, Rack, you can overclock him. Giving him 5 move action. Try opening that door up. Oh, I haven't been in that door. There, that's what I have to do. It's probably this one right here. That'll take the rest of my turn, huh? Oh well. He's probably behind here. Make your way over, Rector. I'll keep moving with Isabel and Gobbet just in case there's someone else that I haven't seen. But it's probably right behind that door. Thankfully, can probably wreck his shit with my robot anyway. Question is if I can get to the exit in time. It's probably good to have those two running off in that direction just for that purpose. Gobbet can probably cast haste on Isabel to get him wrecked. A locker? Is there anyone in here? A grenade? Sure. But no guy? Shit, where's the bad guy? I'm stuck in combat, so this is pretty rough. Like, there's no tissue sample for me to pick up. What do I do about that? This feels super glitched. That's a bummer. You see anyone in here? Isabel? No? Open the door? Just trying to spot a dude. Okay, Gobbet, try running through this room this way. You should spot someone if they're around here, right? Who am I in combat with? Let's see, we still have more actions with the robot, I guess, so move as far as possible. We're running out of turns here. If I position, hopefully Koshé will find the enemy and Isabel will be able to go through the door or something. That has to be the tissue sample. Anyway, I'm pressing the button that makes things pop up, and that's not making a tissue sample pop up. And I looked it up, and this is just a problem people have. They find that they have to kill everyone in order to make it work. The question is, where is everybody? Is there a guy in here? Inspect. Force 2 fire elemental fetish, okay. Give that. Let's stash it. I'm still a little afraid to give stuff to Isabel. I mean, to Gobbet. Because of glitch I heard about. You still can't do a haste on him again. We're running out of rooms to check, and what's weirder too is that they're rooms I was already in before. Maybe they ran around a bit after I unleashed everybody. Where's the way in? How did I get here again? I think the entrance was over here, right? Let's see, Gobbet, you have the longest distance to run, so you try going in this room. Run right into the middle of the room so you can spot them if they're here. Isabel, you run as far as you can in this direction. There's... what the fuck, man? Where's the bad guys? At this point, I'm just going to be in trouble because my characters are going to be split up when the guards arrive. Because I think I'm sitting here trying to fix this problem. Look at this, man. I've checked every room. There's no guard. But I can't do the tissue sample. Huh. The whole thing that I read was that you just have to go kill everybody, and that solves the problem. But as far as I can tell, I have killed everyone, so now I'm just going to be in trouble, I think. Maybe I should just regroup. Everyone's more or less together right now. Yeah, 2 turns left. Oh. This game... okay. Let's just get everyone together except for Handyman right now. We'll try to make our way back, more or less as a group. And I think we're just gonna have to bunker down with Handyman. And we're just gonna have to fight. The best I can tell is gonna happen here. Where are the bad guys gonna come from? Are they gonna come from above deck, from where we started? I'm not gonna... or wait, am I gonna lose instantly? Please don't be like the gas chamber thing from earlier in this playthrough where I just lose instantly. That'd be really disappointing. Alright, Isabel and everyone, how far can you make it? You can make it around the corner, that's good. Not into the next room though. Alright, around the corner's good. That's at least out of line of sight from the rest of the hallway. Reactor, you can get around here. Ah, can't quite get full cover. It's a start at least, and Koshé can be here in the main room. Don't know where the guys are going to show up, but we should be more or less ready. You can move a little further. You can't leave the room this turn though. I'll let you stay put for now. Let's have you positioned in by this doorway, in case they come from that way. Oh. Well, they spawned right there. Hi guys. Oh, hello, you brought lots of friends. Let's use some grenades maybe. I only have flash grenades on me. Let's see, chance of success 75%. Hey buddy. How you feeling? A little bit of AP damage here and there. Feel good about that? Can I roundhouse kick these guys? Let's do that. Fuck y'alls. Aw, I missed. Alright, so... Raptor, let's cast Overclock on Koshei, because he's about to need a little bit of help. And let's give him bonus accuracy. And Gobbet, how about you cast Haste on Isabel? Because I need Isabel and Koshei to do some serious damage here. That'll take 4 speed. It's gonna take most of my speed just to try to get down there. Alright, 3 will get me this far at least. But I won't be in cover. Still, it's my best shot to line up. My goal is probably to go burst fire on these barrels. Is that gonna hit him from there? That was not very effective. Alright. At least I closed a bunch of ground. And now it's all gross in that room. That's probably not actually any better for me. Alright. Koshei can get this far in 2 turns. Giving him 3 more actions. Gonna want to shoot some guys in the leg if I can. Leg shot, 61% is not great. And I missed it. Alright. Shotgun. Hey, there's 1 down at least. Gobbet, just try to close some ground here. So yeah, we're just gonna have to fight a wave of dudes. Ow. Not doing a lot of damage there, buddy. Wanna try again? This guy's in my way. I'm gonna have to deal with that real quick. I don't want to walk through the poison. Are you not dead yet? Let's see if I can help with that. Let's see. Target locked. Bonus accuracy. There we go. Alright. Now it's your turn to try to knock some dudes out. And I missed. Alright, roundhouse kick these guys. Huh? How you feeling about that, guys, huh? Huh? You wanna play a game? Manifest. I'll take out some of his armor. Isabel. It's not good enough of a hit chance. Let's move forward again. That's a way better hit chance. Go for it. Come on, you're flanked. Do some real damage here. You missed. That's the opposite of doing real damage. I'm so disappointed. Gobbet can make it this far and still get an action, technically. Terrible, terrible hit chance at this distance, though. Go for it anyway. Lols. She didn't have a lot else to do this turn. Let's see. Do I want... I can't... There's no reason to repair him. Bonus quickness will help. Let Koshei move a little further, maybe. His hit chance isn't great at this distance. I assume he's immune? Yeah. So he's fine. Target head, motherfucker. How's that for some crit? Yeah, come fight the robot. Oh, he's not gonna fight the robot. Ow! Rude. Oh, he fought the robot. At least there's that. But now I'm gonna go fight him. Let's see. Let's just punch him. Oh yeah, killing fist. Punchy punchy! Punchy punchy! There you go, and this guy's standing nice and close to the shotgun, which is handy for me. Hey buddy. Oh, you missed? We had such a high chance of hitting. Jeez, wow, that was a lot of missing on my part. Alright. Blow him to hell. Please. Please someone land a shot here. It's just one guy. There we go. So many actions, it's great. Low chance of hitting, let's get closer. Spray and pray. Some of them have to hit, right? There we go, guards defeated. So now am I allowed to get my tissue sample? Which was apparently impossible a second ago. The cold storage tank and attendant machinery are lit from within the organic soup by flickering baleful lights. The tank containing Omega sequence number 358G chugs quietly with the hum of pumps and coolant. As you look at the tank, the fluid shifts, and there's a soft thump as a mass of organic matter drifts up against the glass. A pale, lidless eye stares at you from within the tank. The face it resides in is a ruined mass of tumors and scabrous pustules, a mutated mass of teeth, and intermediate growths dominating what should be a nose and mouth region. As you look, it fixes its lone eye upon you, the pupil flickering back and forth as it tracks your motions. Gobbet gasps, and quickly slaps a palm against the tank. She peers at it intently for a few seconds, and a deep shudder rolls through her body. She turns to you, her voice barely above a whisper. Handyman. This thing is alive. I don't think it's intelligent, but it's definitely living, despite being mostly made of cancer and disease. We need to shut this life support system down, Gobbet. Nothing deserves to live in this condition. Isabel glances at the creature, putting one hand to her mouth to stifle a retch. Gobbet leans closer to the tank, still whispering, Only a few more minutes, monster. Then you'll be at peace. Take the samples and turn off the power. After a few moments of worrying, a small drawer opens to present you with a rack of vials. Each one contains a scrap of tissue. You power down the machinery, the lights in the vat dim, and the creature slowly closes its single eye. I thought you said that its eye was lidless, meaning that it can't close it. Oh well. As the last hum of power fades, the creature drifts away from the glass. I just imagine it looks vaguely gremlin-like. Like the gremlin when it's exposed to light. With the data and tissue samples secured, you are ready to make your exit from the Nanhui. Pulling on your comlink, you dial Captain Jomo. The Malaysian orc's face springs to life on your comlink. His tusky maw spread in a grin. Jomo's listening. You ready for a pickup, my friend? We're standing by and have eyes on the ship. Make it fast, things might heat up. Easy, aye. We'll be there in a few minutes. Be ready right where we dropped you off, friend. With that, Jomo disconnects the call. In a few minutes, the only thing between you and Hong Kong is the open ocean. The last detail is to inform the Johnson. Everything is complete, and you have... The last detail is to inform the Johnson? Like it's a title? Everything is complete and have... To inform the Johnson everything is complete and have him transfer payment. You rapidly dial the number Aunty Chang gave you for Tigath. Sorry, some of the typos really throw me off. The elf on the screen has the bearing of someone with no time for pleasantries. His tone is flat when he speaks. This is Tigath. Is the task done? The cargo is heavily guarded, but we're done here. As long as you have the samples and data, that's all I care about. Unfortunately, there's been a complication. I can't transfer you your payment until we meet in person. I've had a tail on me since I arranged the run with Aunty Chang. I think the Solopas have caught up with me, and are watching to see what I'm up to. I can shake the tail, but I need to ensure my safety before this is done with. I can help with that, but it'll cost you. Tigath grimaces but nods his head in agreement after a few seconds. I'll pay whatever it takes to get them off my back. If I can't, my family's still dead. I have a safe house in Ho Chung Village that I set up before landing here. Meet me there. Call me when you're close and I'll shake the tail. As long as we get it handled in a hurry, I should be clear to get out of Hong Kong. My race just went up significantly. We can discuss whatever extra payment you think is fair once we meet in person. You disconnect the call and pocket your comlink. Things just got a whole lot more complicated. I don't like this one bit, handyman. Last minute plan changes are the fastest way to get killed, especially if somebody bloodthirsty like the Sopa rings are involved. This whole thing stinks. You have a better idea about how to handle this? Listen, just keep your eyes open and ready for anything. I want to come home in one piece, okay? As you start to move away from the Omega sequence cargo, you realize the comlink is buzzing with an incoming call. Pulling it back out of your pocket, you answer. The caller's expression is pleasant, but there is a level of unspoken menace in his eyes, the glint of a killer. His name's Huang Jaemin. Good evening, handyman. My name is Huang Jaemin, and I represent the Blue Heaven Solpug Ring. I've just become aware that you are in possession of the data and tissue samples from Project Omega sequence number 358G. I would like those samples and am willing to pay you for them. Who are you and how did you dig up this number? Quite frankly, your employer doesn't know the first thing about Matrix security. We've hacked his comlink and his rental car. I simply redialed you once you called him. My apologies for such an unorthodox introduction. A man of your stature should be afforded more respect, but time is short. I understand that you are an associate of Kindly Chang's. My organization is far too trivial to have attracted her notice, but I believe you can help me change that. Merely doing business with you will increase our standing a great deal, and since I have information that may save your life. What? There's a lot of messed up sentences in this, unfortunately. Perhaps we can come to an agreement? What do you mean, save my life? The Blue Heaven Ring has been retained by Eastern Tiger in order to prevent the theft of the Omega sequence data and samples, the very things you have just taken. Your employer, whose full name is Tigoth Wright, has been attempting to acquire them for some time. The entire reason the data and samples are being shipped to Seoul is because of a botched Shadowrun. One of the Eastern Tiger facility in Tacoma, where the project was being developed, Tigoth Wright was the Johnson for that run. Oh, so Johnson is a title, okay. Your employer is not who he says he is, nor are his motives pure. He was never employed by Eastern Tiger and has no family in Seoul. As near as I have been able to determine, he is an agent of the Tier 10 Geyer Information Secretariat, a spy, if you will. What's a tier elf doing hitting Eastern Tiger? I'm not certain, but I suspect that the Council of Princes has an interest in suppressing research into elven longevity. Every scientist working on the question of potential elven immortality has been disgraced or disappeared, except those employed by Eastern Tiger. I suspect that the elves have secrets they'd rather not have the rest of the world know. Wrights attempted to intercept Eastern Tiger's cargo at every port it landed at. The strike in Tacoma was only the first. There was a second attempt in Perth, and a third near the Roe Islands, against the very ship you're on now. Don't think for a moment that Wright will hesitate to kill you as soon as you hand the data over to him. So what do you say? I pay you for the data you have, and both of us can eliminate Wright and whatever hired guns he's brought along. I think it's a fair agreement. I don't believe you. These experiments are horrible. Huang's expression darkens and his tone grows cold. I'd hoped we'd be able to come to an agreement, but if you refuse to see reasons, bullets may prove a more effective argument. No one crosses the Blue Heaven Ring and lives. Your death will be an object lesson in that. Well, I think you've made a new friend, handyman. I think he's unwittingly just gotten in far over his head. Our rep speaks for itself. Let's get back to Hong Kong. You put your comlink away and check the time. Captain Jomo should be arriving any minute. Time to head back to Hong Kong and what awaits. Alright, I get the feeling there's going to be more details popping up in this quest, so I'm just going to stop right here because we're running a little long. I wasn't really quite ready to declare war on that guy, but the moment I said anything back, he was certainly happy to declare war on me without saying anything else to make me believe him. That's fine. And like the other option was going to say if I had picked it, yeah, if that guy double crosses me, I'll be happy to kill him myself.